Quiet, gentlemen, I have something important to announce.
Hello, well, MeTV Toons launched almost a week ago, and since I have the amazing service of Philo, I was able to watch it. It wasn't available at launch for some reason, but then it randomly was, and then I watched it, so yeah, here are my thoughts. So basically, from the promos, the announcement and stuff, I thought this basically be what Boomerang was, and what Cartoon Network was back in the day, with it airing a bunch of old cartoons, with it airing a bunch of old Hanna-Barbera, Tom and Jerry, Looney Tunes, GB cartoons and stuff like that. Also the occasional other program that barely anyone knows about. That's basically what this is, but with a few other extra random programs and stuff. For the actual shows, the previously mentioned old classic cartoons and other Hanna-Barbera shows are up here. And the old classic cartoons have brands like Bugs Bunny and Friends, the Tom and Jerry Show, the Woody Woodpecker Show, Popeye and Pals, Casper and Company, and then there's a whole entire block called Cartoon All-Stars. So, yeah, first of all, there's like 4 hours of Bugs Bunny and Friends every day for some reason. There's 2 hours of it at 8 o'clock in the morning and then 8 o'clock at night, which is on all days except Sunday, where it just airs for 1 hour in the morning. So, or the afternoon, I forget which, but why do they have 4 hours of it for most days? And why is it called Bugs Bunny and Friends instead of Looney Tunes? The name isn't really much of a big problem, but it's just something that I want to ask. The Tom and Jerry Show features Tom and Jerry, but other MGM shorts with Droopy and other MGM characters, but sometimes they air old crap shorts that no one even cares about. The Woody Woodpecker Show basically is just Woody Woodpecker, but with the occasional other random short that no one cares about. Popeye and Pals has Popeye shorts, but it just features other random characters like Betty Boop for some reason. Also, slight spoilers, so spoiler warning. But Mr. Magoo is featured in the Cartoon All-Stars block, and I haven't seen him anywhere, so I don't know if he's in the Popeye block also. So yeah, the Casper and Company block features Casper shorts, but also other random Harvey Toons shorts, so yeah. Then Cauldron All-Stars is sort of like a combination of all of these shows and stuff. And for actual other shows, you have other Hanna-Barbera shows like Scooby-Doo, Flintstones, Jetsons, and stuff. And then you have other shows like the Peter Pan Show and Adamant, which I haven't actually had any interest to watch them, but I suppose that's a good addition. And they have the Yogi's Gang. I don't know why they don't just have the original. And yeah, there's no Huckleberry Hound up here for some reason, and none of the other random Hanna-Barbera shows. So I think they should switch out Peter Pan and Adamant occasionally for those other shows that air classic Yogi Bear instead of the Yogi's Gang. I think that'd be much preferred by everyone. So that takes care of a bunch of the classic stuff. Now for some newer stuff that they air. There's a bunch of shows that air at like 2 to 5 o'clock in the morning that I basically know nothing about, but I'm not really going to cover those because I haven't seen them and I know nothing about them. But for other shows, they air The Real Ghostbusters, which is an 80s cartoon based off of the Ghostbusters movie duology franchise. So that is a welcome addition. They're also airing the highly acclaimed Mr. T cartoon for some reason. They're also airing Captain Planet at like 6 in the morning sometimes to fulfill educational, informative requirements, which is also the reason why they're airing Hysteria. Speaking of Hysteria, they're also airing Freakazoid, but only at 12 in the morning on Sundays, which is such a horrible time. And also, I think it's kind of weird that since they have those shows that they're not airing Animaniacs or Tiny Toons, which is more marketable, but maybe they're going to add them eventually. They're also airing the highly acclaimed Alf the Animated Series and Alf Tales, but they're airing them at like 8 in the morning where no one is going to actually even watch it. They're also airing the Mask animated series from the 90s, which is based off of the Jim Carrey classic movie, so yeah. Also, in some of the promos that advertise Baby Looney Tunes, but that hasn't aired yet, so I guess they realized what an idiotic decision it was to air it, and they just decided to not air it. But they have Duck Dodgers, which is a show from the 2000s based off of the 1953 classic of Duck Dodgers in 24th and 1/2 century. It's kind of a weird addition because I don't think there's any other 2000 shows that are airing on the MeTV Toons network. Maybe more will be added eventually, but it's kind of weird how this is airing specifically. Got all the programs and stuff out of the way, so yeah. One thing I want to talk about is the scheduling. Sometimes it's just so horrible where they're airing some of the shows like The Real Ghostbusters, The Mask, the previously mentioned Mr. T cartoon, and the Alf shows, and a bunch of other stuff. They're airing at like 6 in the morning and like 2 o'clock in the morning at night where no one is even going to watch it. But instead they have to have thousands of marathons of old crappy Casper cartoons that no one even cares about. And they also have like thousands of hours of Bugs Bunny and Friends along with the Looney Tunes being featured in Cartoon All-Stars. Speaking of, I watched the Cartoon All-Stars blog a couple of times. It seems to feature some barely even good shorts. I even know he even chooses these. Also, Cartoon All-Stars comes on twice a day, both times for 1 hour, so a total of 2 hours. So, yeah, it basically just features all the cartoon shows in one. But I don't even know why they even have this. I think they should just have all the previously mentioned characters that have their own blocks just consist of them for like an hour, and then have the other not even barely even marketable characters in the Cartoon All-Stars block, so it would actually make more sense. But yeah, I'm not in charge of the channel. One thing I want to mention about the scheduling is Rocky and Bullwinkle, which comes on at 11 o'clock for some reason after an hour of Cartoon All-Stars. It comes on at 11 o'clock every night, but on Saturdays and Sundays it comes on at 6 and 7 o'clock respectively, I think, but then on Sundays there's like 11:30 in the morning. So yeah, also each one of the consecutive day things it airs. The 11 o'clock earnings are reserved for so far for the Jet Fuel Formula story arc. If you didn't know, the Rock and Bone episodes are set up into story arcs, which makes it should be frustrating and simultaneously annoying when you get like 10 minutes of an episode and then like half of it is like exposition and bad animation, and then they have the same intros repeating thousands of times, and there's also less interesting segments in between them, so yeah, that's super annoying. So despite some weird programming and scheduling choices, I still think that MeTV is great, well, good so far, and it has potential and room to grow. I think they should have more old Hanna-Barbera shows, and also they should have more equal division in between shows and actual good scheduling. But for what it is right now, good. This has been me talking for 7 minutes to nothing, and then I'm gonna use some high wire editing techniques later. So yeah, this has been me, and I'm done talking. Bye. So this is a part 2 that I'm recording a couple of days later, and I still haven't actually edited the first part yet because I'm too lazy to actually do anything. So even though some of it wasn't really structured and some of it probably didn't really make any sense, those are just my thoughts on MeTV Toons, but basically, I think that there should be a wider variety of programs, also better scheduling, and not airing random shows at 2 in the morning with just one random episode. I also want to mention that Pink Panther used to be aired on MeTV with Popeye Pink Panther Party or whatever it was called, but then they lost the rights to it and they didn't get the rights back for this, which I think they should. It would add like a little bit more variety to the schedule. So yeah, that's it. Bye.